like Jeannie and Jing, I'm sorry, and the Not So Conscious business owners. So yeah, it's great to be here and looking forward to meeting everybody.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you. So amazing. You know, we are all, I would say we're all kind of, in a way speaking, conscious entrepreneurs here on this journey, on the quest of achieving what we are here to do. Right? We are all here for a reason, and that reason is there's a mission. There's something about us that's so much, much bigger than we normally think that we have, you know. So this is the part where we're gonna expand. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome. By the way, Peter doesn't use WhatsApp, so that's why I couldn't add him to the WhatsApp group. He uses Telegram. Awesome. But yeah, you want to say something, Peter?
Oh no, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's yeah, it's just my because I work in digital marketing, and so I do whatever I can to just simplify, streamline communications, and then always using the latest and the most ethical. So that's Telegram at the moment.
Understand. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Anyone else who'd like to say something, and so that we can be present? You can be present. Anything that you want to share?
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thanks
Peter.
very much. Yeah.
Yeah, just to let you know, Salma is one of the most loyal and diehard fan of this call. She never misses one. She's
Oh, wow.
always here. And she's amazing. Yeah, she's one of the incredible conscious entrepreneurs. And she's also doing her own thing. And then everybody's kind of like starting the journey.
Would you like to tell him how this started?
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
He knows. Peter knows. I did a challenge.
But for me, I didn't meet Jing for 1 year, and one post of her Instagram touched my heart. So I told her, Jing, we didn't catch up for such a long time. Can we have coffee? And then when we met on the coffee, all these started, and I'm very grateful for such an experience. I always say I'm lucky and blessed. And alhamdulillah, we created the community, which I can see that it will attract more vibes and more people. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, I call this mastermind alliance, right? Those are the moments where, you know, all the like-minded people, the minds come together, and then, you know, the sparks start to just expand, you know, from that moment. And then we started, and we continued, and then every week until now, quite a few episodes already. But you see, originally I shared with you also, Peter, when we were on your challenge, about the concept from Geshe Michael Roach. And so, sorry, I have a call. Yeah. And, you know, his principles is that this is the new world we're living in, right? We are actually embracing and heading towards, for us conscious entrepreneurs, is in the future, the only way we will be able to make way or be successful is by helping each other blossom, grow, be successful. And then we create that space. And so we can sow the seed for ourselves, for our even, bigger success. It's kind of like we sow the seeds as a farmer, we grow, right? We grow the crops, and then the seeds which you sow is a tiny bit, but it comes with abundance. So this is the concept as well, right? The concept is exactly that from this call as well. I'm holding this space, and thank you so much, each and every one of you being the space here, and allow the contribution, allow the I'm sowing the seed and you receiving it. And then of course, in turn, you will be doing the same. And then carrying this concept, it's kind of like a pay it forward, right? So we can move forward and, in this greater abundance, each and every one of us, we have this responsibility to impact our communities. So that's what it is. So welcome, everyone.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, Peter is originally from US and he's just staying in Australia for quite some time now, right? How many years, Peter?
Yeah, just past 15 years now. I thought it was going to be just for 2 years, but 2 years has turned into 15 years. So, that happens sometimes. I'll be looking forward to getting back to Denver soon to continue on with the work and expansion of the company there. Hopefully in the next year or two. So go between both by coastal living. That's the plan. That's what I'm manifesting.
Woohoo! Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. I'm rooting for you. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, Salma.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else who would like to share what's going on with your life in this past week? What did you get actually from our last call? What did you practice? What happened? Nobody? Okay.
That's all right. That's all right, Jane. I'm still trying to wake up because I've increased my gym regime. So my body just didn't allow it yesterday. But so I slept in late, which is okay, and I feel really good. And I feel awesome. So first of all, Eid Mubarak to everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for me it was just about, especially with my gym regime, just trying to push myself a little bit every single day. And yesterday I reached my target, so I'm super proud and happy about that. That's about it. But it's a big achievement because I haven't been in the gym for like year and a half. So because when I broke my hip, I couldn't exercise. So the doctor said, okay, light exercise. So I think it's a great achievement and a great milestone, and my hip is feeling good. So yeah, awesome.
Nice.
Amazing. Congratulations. Wow. Yeah, this is one of the biggest thing. First of all, it's Eid today. Peter, if you don't know, this is the Eid after the Ramadan. And, we have two wonderful people. They were fasting, Khair and Salma, both of them. And then this is a big thing. On the first day of Eid, they're here on this call. Can you imagine, right? What kind of dedication?
Yeah, that is
Eid
amazing.
Mubarak. Wow.
Actually, thank you for saying Eid Mubarak. It's not Eid yet. It might be Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh.
Yes. It's according to seeing the moon
Sighting
of the
of the
beginning
moon.
of the Arabic month. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's Eid vibes. Yeah, and it's preparation are already gone. I already did my henna. We already bought our new clothes. All these kind of vibes. Yeah.
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 Yeah, because originally everybody was hoping for the Tuesday or just predicting for the Tuesday. I think everybody's psychologically already prepared for Tuesday. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I want to show you my henna.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, amazing.
So Eid is not yet here, but the vibes is already here.
Celebrations already here.
Yeah.
We're celebrating.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is
Thank you. I
amazing.
just wanted to share that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for clarifying. And for me, I just felt like, I'm already celebrating because I have sent a few messages also in the morning, and thank you for clarifying. So we will send out more later. And this is the unique part of this kind of celebrations, because it's according to the cycles of the moon. So it's never sure. Everybody's just waiting for the last second and declaring when is it. Yeah, so that's great. And then anybody can hear anything about what Luigi was saying, because last week we specifically talked about a few things of the words we used, right? Which is actually gonna either bring us back, holding us back, or actually pushing us forward. It's all in the words, in the creation. Anyone, or even Luigi, did you hear what you were using, that actually, that specific word we used last week, or we talked about last week?
I think it was about acknowledging yourself too. I don't remember the specific word, but what I do remember is that I'm very cautious of what I do say about myself. So I'm practicing every single day. So yeah, I think it's just about awareness and just be conscious of the choice of words that you do use for yourself and for others.
Amazing, amazing. It was the word difficult, or the word difficult. Yeah, see, these words always there, right? See, when you use the word difficult, see, Sama heard the word difficult. There's a specific word we talked about last week, was the word push, right? Every time when you talk about, I'm pushing myself, and there's a connotation behind it, there's creating resistance. So what happened to you, Luigi, what I hear clearly is that you were inspired to keep up with your structure, keep up with doing all of those things. Yes, at certain times, because you were not used to doing that, so you kind of like embraced, or took a step up in terms of your performance, right? Holding on, getting onto the routine, or doing the things, instead of saying, oh, I don't want to do it, or I feel this way, that way, because I didn't do it in the past. So it's kind of like, if you use the word inspired action versus I pushed myself, like dragged and pushed, there's a completely different experience. Even just by you using that word, that create a completely different space for yourself and for other people, especially going forward. How you see yourself, it's much bigger.
I just wanted to also just tell you that last week, I don't know if you watch UFC, but there's a lady called Rose Namajunas, and just before she entered the fight, she said to herself, "I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best." And then she beat, and she became the world champion again. And that was something that I was doing when I was exercising. I mean, there was a few days I just didn't want to exercise, and physically challenged. And I was just telling myself, "You're a fighter. I'm strong. I'm the best." And I just kept on repeating this while I was exercising, and it really did motivate and help me through the session.
Wow, that is beautiful. See how inspiring that is? Everybody's inspired by you now, Luigi. That's exactly what I'm saying. You inspired yourself into the action instead of pushed yourself. You see, that's the truth. So you kind of like, when you were expressing it, diminished your way of being, the powerful being of who you were. And thank you for sharing this. I'm sure anybody who's listening to this going like, wow, yeah, now I found a secret access.
That's what I was just thinking, because every time I go to the gym, I'm always just sort of like not very present with the gym. I'm listening to audiobooks or podcasts or something. So yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
By the way, Luigi, if you don't know, okay, Peter is a huge gym, what do you call that?
Fanatic.
Yeah, fanatic, but you're a master, right? You're so incredible with the exercise and all of that.
Oh,
even him, look, he's inspired by you. Learning from you. See how incredible it is?
I can see his protein powders behind him. That's why I know.
I always forget about those.
Oh yeah. Amazing. Yeah,
I'm happy to take advice from everybody. I'm very coachable.
Yeah, That's amazing. Yeah, that's why you are where you are, Peter. You are so amazing. Awesome.
You too.
So yeah, this is what we're talking about, right? Last week also talked about, the secret, which we talked about is anything that we want, especially the financial abundance, right? In terms of money or anything that we want to manifest as prosperity. The key, the secret is not about focusing on, oh, I wanted. The key is actually what? To affirm that we have already received, because anything that we want, the moment we express that we want that, guess what happens? We have already received, because what anything and everything that we ask for, it shall be given. This is stated, right? This is in all the secret texts or the Bible, or the Quran, or whatever. It is there. So once we received already, the fastest way, the most effective way to retrieve it is what? By affirming from your heart, the gratitude. So that's what we talk about. We talked about that last week. Practicing that gratitude opens all doors, right? It opens all the opportunities for anything and everything that we want, which is truly what we desire to manifest. And today, there's another thing which I want to share with you about this is there's a secret to the secret part of this whole thing. Yes, we can affirm all of that gratitude, but there's another one, which is kind of like the step before that. And before we can give the gratitude, you got to, let me share with you the story, okay? So there's so many different incredible stories, inspiring stories about this. One of the stories was from this indigenous person, actually from US. They have these incredible cultures, and then they have these secret sites, right? Sometimes they pray for the rain, and how they do it is so incredible, right? So there was one time this village elder who was going there to pray, or to kind of like pray for the rain, and saying like, we want more rain, we want rain, because they haven't had rain for a long time, and they needed the rain. So he went to the secret site, this place. The reason why they call it secret is because they said these are the places where the veil is very thin. It's between the worlds, right? It's very thin. This is what we talk about in the quantum field, where all the possibilities exist simultaneously, right? It depends on which one you actually focus, put your attention, your energy to, and then you will manifest. So what he did was that he went to there. He just took a barely couple of minutes, right? He just did this, and then he came out. It was another person, which is actually Westerner, with him. And then he asked him, "Oh, well, they're done. Let's go for lunch." So the Westerner was perplexed, and the Caucasian male, and asked him, "Wow, we already done. We'll go for lunch." What did you do? So the indigenous elder told him, the white person who thought the person was going there to ask for the rain, to pray for the rain, right? So, you already finished praying for the rain. And then the elder said, "No, I didn't pray. I was just there standing, and I was just imagining all of that already happened. And the feet, which I'm standing on the ground, it was so wet. And I could feel that mud around me, and all the damp, all the rain just dripping all over me. And, and then he, with all of that imagination, with all of the visualization of everything already there, it was so real. It was so incredibly vivid. He could feel everything, right? Each and every sense was activated in his body and in his senses and even in his spirit to feel all of those things. And then he just gave the gratitude, give the thanks to everything's already there, already received. guess what happened? It was so incredible. This is, by the way, this is real. Okay, this is a real event. Because that's the area which they said, you know, so unusual stuff like that happens, which means, you know, the rain will like predictably, it will not happen for a long period of time. Okay, and then all of a sudden, I think the evening after that, in the evening, it started to rain like crazy for days. Started to rain, and then even the weatherman, you know, from this other state, and they saw from the map, and they saw this low pressure system somehow suddenly took a turn and it went down to this area just to, you know, everybody was perplexed. Even the weathermen saying, well, how come? How could this be? It just happened. So this is what happens with how our thinking, or how we are so connected with the universe, how everything is made to actually fit in what we are creating. If we have that access, if we know how, right? So the other secret access over here before the gratitude is to really put yourself in that real scenario, you know, with all the senses, with everything that you have got, feel, experience all of that you have asked for is already here. You are living it, experiencing it, what it looks like, how it feels like in each and every sense, and feel that, that the realness, and then give that thanks to already received. It's incredibly powerful. This is probably one of those most powerful techniques. So the person who was observing, the white person who was saying, gosh, it literally changed his whole life. That moment after he observed all of that. So this is the secret. But actually, you know, all of this already shared in different ways, approaches. However, people are not really, still not really like holding on to it. Wow, this is really the secret. You know, we don't need to go for all the other things anymore. Just hold on to this and just really be fully there, you know, each and everything that we want. Not about every time asking, oh, I want that, because the more you say, I want this, I want that, you are actually affirming you don't have it. You are putting your energy on the lack. Because the whole everything works is that it's literally what energy you give to. You give to, you already received it, make it real, it becomes your reality. If you give your,
it has to be that that love vibration as well coupled with it, right? The we actually have to really just love what we're manifesting when we're feeling it.
Yeah. But you see, this is the part when we are making it real. You are feeling that the joy in there, right? Of course, the love and the joy and all of that. Love is the ultimate truth in everything, right? Without that, if you're just indifferent, if you're just visualizing it indifferent, okay, you know, either I get it or not, it doesn't matter. Either I experience it or not, it doesn't matter. Of course, it doesn't make the difference, which means anything, everything that we wanted, meaning there's something that's just so deeply, you know, like so deeply ingrained in those senses that, oh my God, there's such joy, such love in all of that's already in my reality. How beautiful it is, right? How much joy. Your heart is just, wow, you know, and then, you know, that happens. I think, yeah, it's so great that you pointed out, Peter. I never thought about that. You know, there would be people who probably just thinking with it, not really connecting with it emotionally, right? And not really putting that the love or the joy around it. So then, you know, it's not as real. Yeah.
I was just reminded of it because I'm going back to read one of the old classic books that was like such a thick read, Think and Grow Rich. And then yeah, we talked about having that. I couldn't read it like a few years ago. It was just like such a dense read. I was just like, oh my God, this is so boring. And it's like such a big book. But I think I wasn't ready to read it at the time. So now I'm actually listening to reading. And I was like, oh, okay, it actually flows a bit more. And then, yeah, they pointed it out there. So I'll thank the book.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that book as well. Because you see, reading certain books and getting the background is also very important. And certainly I was so nurtured by the book and so many other different books about this topic, this subject, right? it's very important. It's very important to actually get those background information or hear
Yeah.
from different people, different ways or different texts, and to affirm all of this, because that's also repetition for the subconscious mind to grasp. Because you see, right now, which I'm sharing the secret of secret, I don't know actually how many of you, grasp that in a way that, oh, okay, from the understanding which I got, right? So anyone want to share a little bit what you hear, what's happening over there with you?
Jane, I want to just share the story. So what you just told us, I was actually listening to Joe Dispenza last night,
Love him.
and yeah, and he said exactly the same. So when you want something, you visualize it, and it should be so vivid. So wow, I can't believe you're sharing this. And I was just going through his stuff on YouTube last night, and so yeah, awesome.
Awesome, awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, another person, you see, this is so beautiful, right? For the books, you see, these are the old books, but they are so classic. Everybody should read this, especially for entrepreneurs. Think and grow rich. You know, Peter just mentioned it. It's so beautiful. And then Luigi is also mentioning another master in our time. We're so lucky to actually have him, is Dr. Joe Dispenza. And you see, he is absolutely on the track about the secret of everything, right? Manifesting health, abundance, love, or anything, because it's all connected. It's all one. It's the same thing. So even here, when we talk about abundance or prosperity or all of this, it doesn't only limit to money. It's in everything. The most important for me, I would say, the most important is the abundance of relationships. When you can feel that abundance of the relationships, how you are with other people, wow, that's literally where the top of the top in the world. Because once that's done, and then all the rest follows, right? All the rest is just naturally come. Yeah. So Sama, you're talking about the YouTube link for the Dr. Joe Dispenza's talk. There are actually so many. He's if you search him, you will find all the different kinds. So Luigi, do you have that specific link of that talk? Maybe you can share in the chat for Sama. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'll have to go through it and try and find it again, and then I'll share it.
Yeah, you can share in the WhatsApp group if you want.
Yeah.
So then, someone can get it later. And then Peter, are you interested? If you're interested, I'll share the link with you on Facebook.
Love Dr. Joe Dispenza. Them and the three amigos, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, and then who was the other one? Maybe three, but yeah, I'm definitely interested.
Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Dr. Bruce Lipton, yes, absolutely, so important. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, you see, these are I just feel like, again, so incredibly lucky, because currently I'm actually going through missing links from Greg Braden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so incredible. It's so incredible because I have followed all three of them, right? And then Dr. Lipton, Bruce Lipton, has a thing about the aging, about the we can literally hack our aging, hack our age, because of the new discoveries of the DNA, and then the telomeres, and then telomerase. All of this is so incredibly linked. By the way, stress is the #1 killer to the. It doesn't surprise.
I had a feeling about that. Yeah. No surprise.
So I'll share that also in a group, in our WhatsApp group, or I'll share with you later about what Dr. Bruce Lipton has shared about our DNA and telomeres. Telomeres is kind of like the DNA. We have the 2 strands of DNA, like at the end tip of each 2 strands, which are kind of like this way, right? At the tip of it, there's the telomeres. It's kind of like DNA reproductive, what you call that? Replication, right? The replicating of the DNA, and then the tip of it is the telomeres. Our age is directly linked to that, because throughout our lifespan, what happened is the DNA keep dividing and replicating, and then the tip of it keeps shortening until we don't have it anymore, and then of course that's the end of the life. So what they discovered is that there's a enzyme at the end which can actually help increase the telomeres, the length of telomeres. This enzyme is directly linked with love, gratitude, compassion. Can you imagine all of the things that we talked about over here as well? Gratitude, this is care for other people. These are just so incredibly important, because our emotions directly influence and control the DNA. So this is how we can actually live a healthier and extended life, long, beautiful, healthy, and prosperous life. So this is great. Yeah. He, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to earlier you were saying that we shouldn't say we want something. We should just vision it. I was saying, would the same thing apply for like getting rid of habits? Like, I want to get rid of this habit. Instead, you should like vision getting rid of it.
No, exactly. It's not about you visioning you getting rid of it. It's actually you visioning your new habit. What would you like to be? What's the habit, right? What would be the way that you want to experience? And then put yourself in a kind of visualization, experience it, and then, naturally, the more you put your energy there, you are literally giving the command to universe, to the genie.
Okay,
this is
so envisioning the new habit. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
By the way, Peter, I'm also from the US, but I'm living in Dubai. I'm from Alabama.
Oh wow, nice. Cool.
Yeah,
my family in Alabama.
What part?
I'm not sure. I was there when I was really, really young. Yeah, I forgot where exactly.
Nice. I was born and raised there in Birmingham.
Oh wow, right. That's cool. Now you're in Dubai with Gene.
Yeah. Come through.
Yeah, I'd love to see Dubai.
I'm sure you miss Chipotle and all that, and Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A.
I do I do. Do they have it in Dubai?
No, they don't. I wish they do.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I'm definitely coming.
I was just curious to ask, what's that on your shirt?
This is a Healy, a frequency device. So I use it after training, and then I use it all the time for just various things. So micro frequencies in the air at the moment.
I have the same as well. And mine actually have a little bit of issue now, Peter. I'm not able to use it. Yeah, I need to go contact the customer support about that.
Oh, wow. You must have been using it a lot.
Yeah, I have. I also got my second Healy as well. So the first Healy, I don't know what happened. It's just all of a sudden it's stuck. Yeah.
They'll help you to replace it. They're pretty good about it.
Yeah, I'll contact them and then see. So these are the, like literally, see what we're discussing, even for these little gadgets, right? These are just the different ways, the different approaches, the different tools to help us get to that state, right? Because see, all of us, what's really happening is that we're preparing ourselves to be that vessel, to be a space for something much, much bigger than us. And all of this, what's happening is that we kind of like steer our energy, focus on what we really want to do, what we really want to accomplish in this world. And meanwhile, keep letting go, clearing, right? Do a lot of cleansing in different ways, because our subconscious mind, you wouldn't believe it, is so filled with so many negative things. Because when we grew up, this is what So the first day with the new new mask, please excuse me. So primarily, we were literally programmed with all the things that we need to survive around that age, around that time. So all of those things, all the people back then, can you imagine, right? Everything was limited comparing to today. Everything is, because it's limited, it's constraining, so it's negative. It's not serving us anymore. And yet, because that was programmed first, so it's very much in our space, very much in our being, because that's 95% of us. And then the 5% of us, we're here saying, okay, let's steer our energy, focus our energy here and there. But the other 95% of us is still kind of like in the past, right? It's backwards. So this is the part which actually we're saying, you know, it's autopilot. That's why we sometimes we know, right? We know the secret. We know all this cool beings, good stuff. And yet we constantly, you know, trip back to, oh, I'm like this, I'm like that, you know, anything happens and I'm kind of like, we can get tipped off the balance. So the reason why is because of the subconscious mind, right? So the work that we need to do on the subconscious mind is of the most importance, right? So everything that you can do, you know, focusing on clearing your subconscious mind is of the top importance. Once you clear that, right, everything comes out naturally with your subconscious cleared, and then your conscious desires can be supported naturally, effortlessly, instead of so much of the resistance and beating up and fighting, you know, and then life is just like constant struggle and you sinking, right? So this is the part which I would say very important. Do more of the subconscious clearing and focus on that. We're all on this journey. Keep doing that. Keep going. We can do one step, set the foundation, and we have more to go. So whatever we can do, whatever we need to do, keep a structure, and then we just do it. No excuse. We are here. You are all here for a very good reason. Yes, Sama, go ahead.
I want to share something.
Yes.
Usually, I have a habit to go for the bookshop to buy books, and usually I have my list for the books that I have. If I met any book in my way, I take a picture of it and save it in my favorite for my next time. I usually two books per month. I read them very easily. So the book that you are seeing now, the salesman told me, I recommend this for you. And I think I attracted this because my being here in the call.
Yeah.
And my second book is about abundance. It's in Arabic, also came in my way through the Instagram, through someone that I don't know. Again, it came in my way. So those two books that I'm reading for the May month. So this is the first time in my life to read. Yes, I read about Robert Kiyosaki. I read about some Arabic books in business, but in this kind of things, this is my first time. It's having all the habits in life, the way of thinking, the mindset. Also, the book in the Arabic, it's also on the mindset only. So I want to share, this is something new I got through this week.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sama. That is beautiful. Dr. Joseph Murphy is another canon in this area, and he is probably, one of the most prolific writers, right? Authors about this topic, and he's so incredibly magic. Because you see, regardless, all of them, they're talking about the same thing, but from different ways or different understandings of, but the principle is the same. So we're here on this call talking about the principles, and plus, like Sama, you're reading these books, let it further kind of like sink in, right? Let it all sink in, because the moment you're doing that reading, it's just, it is beautiful because your hand is on the physical book. That's great. Awesome. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I think we are kind of like coming to the end of our call. Anyone else would like to say anything and share? Or because we haven't done the meditation for a long time. I was thinking today maybe we can do maybe like, yeah, I can see here like, yeah. it's an amazing meditation. I think yeah. I think Luigi, you haven't experienced it, but I think Peter, you did. Claire and Selma also. Yeah. So anyone want to share anything?
I'll share one more thing with how I'm going with my manifestations at the moment, because for me, my biggest challenge has been just focus and just thinking about what I actually want to manifest. So, because there's like a million things going on, there's like a million things that are happening in the news, like a million things going on in your life personally and at work, and we're holding up like 100 plates at work. But it's like, how do we actually manifest the bigger picture? So what I've been doing, and I was reminded of this by another friend, our mutual friend, Joe, which is how I met Jing. So he was like, focus, remember, one thing at a time. And I was like, right, one thing at a time. So I just kind of, I made a list, like, what's the end goal? And then I just kind of thought back, like step by step, what is going to take to get to that goal ultimately. And then just by focusing on that one element at a time, as like, the next step to get to the ultimate goal, that's been helping. Even though, some of them are some pretty big, I guess, steps to manifest, but that's what's been helping me so far. So hope that can help anybody else as well.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. See how inspiring everybody's now can resonate with this.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's useful.
Yeah, it is. It is amazing. There's also another approach, another way, which, because I like to do it in a way that let the genie, right? There's 95% of us work for us instead of us consciously always worrying about what we need to do, what we want. Because you see, another way which I do it is that I just ask questions. Asking questions is the best way to engage your genie. Let your genie give you that incredible, because we are here on mission, okay? We're all here for a reason, right? So the 3 questions are kind of, I would say, like foundation, always there in the background. If you can always ask yourself the question, instead of giving answers, supplying always no, like, oh, I need this and that, you just leave it open. That's the most magical thing, because you get inspirations, you get ideas, you will literally get the thing that's aligned with your true being. So these are the 3 questions. The first one, we have so many things in our conscious mind of desires, like, oh, I want this, I want that. So forget about all of that, okay? Coming from, okay, I don't know anything. Then ask the question, what do I want? Simple, just what do I want? Don't even think about, oh, I want this, I want that. Don't even think about the question answers, worrying about answers. Simply ask the questions, what do I want? If you have anything that come to you, ask the second question, why do I want it? Why it's important? If you can get connected with that emotional part of it, right? And that's where it's truly aligned with your true self, what you are here to do, right? You are always on the path where you're connected, instead of, it's just the head, which is the ego, right? All sorts of things always. The third question is that once you're clear with this, first 2, the third one is that what I must do to have that happen. Again, you don't need to worry about the answers, thinking about, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and putting in the human effort into it, because anything that you could think of at that moment, it's limiting. Don't worry about it. Our job as a conscious master here, controlling or running this incredible, gigantic genie, is just to ask questions and then let the rest come. because we're always guided, we're always protected, we're always guided with intuition, giving the ideas a message. So once we do these 3 steps, it's magic, things just happening. And this is, by the way, my journey, how I manifested everything, how I am constantly on my journey, on the right track, is guided by this. Because before I was all over the place also. Even though, yes, I'm exploring, I'm like doing all this stuff, but I wasn't sure. I was all over the place unless I was using this as a structure, and I'm guided and I'm on the right track. And then incredible people, resources come and show up and just support like anything. This is how everything just start to work in your life where you should be, right, on our journey. So this is something that I would like to share. And yes, Salma, go ahead.
Thank you for concluding by this. Last week, I have been working on my objective in my whole life and in my work. And you know, the life wheel that we have different sectors that we fulfill in life in order to balance, if there is a balance. Okay. So what do I want? I know it clearly. Why I want it, I know it clearly. And I was bothering myself by asking how. And you just simply out of nowhere, you just said you don't need to know about how, just leave it open. Things will flow to your life. And thank you for answering a question that I have been keeping to ask it today. And you just answered from the morning. Yani today I have a meeting. I was going to say, I don't know how. Yes, I know what I want. I know why I want it, but I don't know what to do with some small steps that I'm taking. Yani. So Jane, thank you. So I will leave the question open, and I will enjoy receiving resourceful to flow in my life.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. This is.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome. This
Yani,
is.
mashallah, our subconscious mind are connected. Yani, without you know that it's here in front of my paper. I can show it to you, by the way. You know that? Okay. You can see here it's in Arabic. You will not understand it. This is something that I use it, that it's always asking a question about to find your purpose in life, all these kind of things, you know. So what I want and what all these kinds of things is written in the. So it's here. How come you are talking about something? It's here. Wallah, your Jane is smart, Jane. صراحة.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Thank you so much for sharing that, Salma. This again proves that how connected we are. And then you see, the moment because you see, remember we talked about this is a self against the self game in this whole universe. Nobody else or nothing other than we stopping ourselves, right? The moment you can remove yourself and clear from the path, guess what happens? What meant to be, what meant for you will come to you, will naturally come to you through other people or events or things. So see, this is also here, we're practicing letting go and let God, right? We are here just to practice
Please repeat that. If you disconnect from your past.
Yeah.
What did you say? If you disconnect from your past, what happened?
Oh, no, it's not disconnect from yourself. It's actually connecting to yourself. But what I meant was that you let go. You let go of your human ego, which is our conscious desires, conscious mind, or the thing that we think we know everything. We already know, right? Even including the things that you said, I know exactly what I want. I know why also. Even that, the moment you let go of it, instead letting that deep being, which is inside of you, your mission, why you are here on this planet, all of this, let it flow. Because if it's the same, right? If it's aligned, it will be aligned. It's the same. Because sometimes what I observed is this human mind, the ego, is so strong. Sometimes we attach to a certain thing and then we will not let it go. If anything else happens different from that, we have this conversation. Oh, it shouldn't be that way. Oh, this is not what I want, kind of thing, right? And then you're stuck. In that moment when we're stuck, our creativity, our genius, and everything else will be stuck. It cannot come out. There's no flow, right? In life, if there's no flow, dead, right? We're dead. If the water, there's no flow, is dead water. All this smelly, stinky stuff will come out from that water. That's why we're talking about over here is actually let this mind go and then, create this flow, which means let God do its work. God here we're talking about is another analogy we use is genie, right? The 95% of us. Let the divine operate and facilitate.
Then
That's it.
I didn't get something.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
said
Yeah.
ask the 3 questions. Why? What do you want? Why I want it, and how? And then
Yeah.
now you said just let it go. So there is no point to know it if I'm not going to see it. So I don't know. I don't know what you said in
Okay.
the last part. I don't think I receive it well.
Okay, I got you. I think I got you. What you are speaking. Peter raised his hand. I think he has something to offer. Go ahead, Peter.
Oh no, I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask what was the third question? So, what do I want? Why do I want it? And then what was the third one?
How?
Okay, the third one is what must I do to have it happen? It's not about how.
What
We don't
must I do?
entertain anything to do with how, because how is very limiting. It's nothing to do with has to have it happen. So then once you ask those questions, Salma, you don't need to worry about or thinking about consciously, oh, I must know the answers. I have to think of the answers, write it down. No. This is the part which I'm saying, release of yourself from that. Your job is repeating, always repeating the questions. Just simply ask yourself the question. This is like the act of you connecting with yourself, with your true self, with your infinite self, right? This is the part where you just simply ask, what do I want? Because your infinite self is your true self is always connected. It's connected with the truth. Right? The moment you only ask, not giving the answers, then you are infinite. The infinite possibilities can come to you, which is to the highest good of whatever you are here to do, your mission. You see, this is the beauty part of it instead of worry about it, right? So you just ask those questions. You can even write, constantly write. Just ask, I write, what do I want? What do I want? That's it.
And after you write it, you let it go.
Yes. You let it go, but what happens that, you truly let it go, okay? Don't worry about to say, oh, I haven't let it go. Have I let it go? Or think like that. Just relax and forget about it for a moment. And then you keep asking the question, because you see, what happens to people, everybody's reporting like in a shower, or they're cleaning, or they're doing some kind of work or something that's absolutely nothing related to this. All of a sudden, this incredible idea just came, inspiration. Oh my God, it's something just so exciting, right? Related to whatever that's going to be steering you towards what you really truly want, your highest mission here on this planet. And you'll be supported, directed towards that, instead of the human conscious limited desires about this and that, right? So this is the part which, for me, right, we can do that. We can do the manifesting the desires, specific desires, but the most important one is actually to constantly expand yourself out of whatever that's limiting you. So then we are ensured we're constantly on the right track, on the bigger mission, on why we're here. Okay? Are you clear now? Any other questions? Selma,
I will
yeah.
practice and I will let you know. I like practicing.
Great, awesome. Yeah, it takes practicing.
I got to what you said. I'm willing to practice, and then I will update you next call.
Perfect. Awesome. And thank you so much for being so opening and then receptive. And this is a sure sign. a sure sign that we are opening and receiving. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, you know, we're actually coming up to the end of the call. So what would you say, all of you? Would you like to do the meditation, or should we complete the call? We take a vote? Yeah. Takes 10 minutes, by the way, the meditation.
I am
Happy to-
okay with anything.
Anyone else?
I think there's a lot of power in group meditation, so I'm happy to join.
Awesome. Okay, Ferris, in?
I'm in.
Luigi,
Yeah.
are you in also? All right, we're all on board. Awesome. So this meditation, of course, you know, like anything else, it's literally help us coming back to who we are, our true essence. This is just beautiful, kind of like after we talked about all of this, right? And then you see who you are, experience who you are, and then let that true essence of you, the true infinite self, work on whatever that we want to accomplish. Okay, so all right, wonderful, everyone, just get yourself comfortable. And so I think I'm gonna turn off my video as well, so then we can relax and you can prepare yourself, get ready. So preferably, okay, in open state, if you can do in the open state where your hands and feet not quite touching, and then your palms up in a receiving kind of position. Awesome. All right, so if everyone's ready, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Hold it and release. And take another deep breath. Hold it and release. And one final deep breath in. Hold it and relax. Now, we're going to go into a deep alpha, delta, and even theta brainwave pattern, which will help you access the depths of your being, where your pure bliss already exists, just waiting to be experienced. And to do that, let's progressively turn off each body part to relieve it of any sense of effort. Imagine there's an off switch that once you flick it, each body part can temporarily shut down and go into off mode to experience deep rest and relaxation. Let's start with the feet. Turn off your feet and feel them shutting down with a deep sense of relaxation. Good. And let's go to your legs and feel your legs shutting down and getting the deep rest they've really needed. All right. Next, go to your pelvic area and turn the switch off, allowing it to deeply relax. You are doing great. Now, flick off the switch on your stomach and feel it joyfully relax. And now, your chest. It's time to let it rest deeply. And your shoulders and neck. There's so much burden that you usually need to hold. Let them have a well-deserved break. Great. And same with your entire back. Allow it to come to a restful sleep. And now your arms and hands. Give them the rest they deserve. Turn them off. And finally, your head. Press the off switch and allow it to fully rest. Now, rest here a few moments. Pure awareness in a body that is at rest. Feel yourself fully supported by the earth. It's holding you. There is no effort needed on your part. You're being held unconditionally. Allow yourself to be held without needing to do anything. Now, turn your attention to your breath. Notice that while you usually think of yourself as the one who breathes, in reality, you're being breathed. You don't have to do it. It's doing itself without any effort, without any will or intention needed on your part. It just happens by itself, pure grace, continuously giving you life. Notice it. Now, become aware of the blood that's flowing in your veins and the organs that are working to keep you alive. Again, no effort or will needed on your part. No need to earn it or deserve it. Just the gift freely giving each and every second of your life. Experience the gratitude for the beautiful miracle that this is. Everything is taken care of without any effort on your part. Each cell working to give you life and energy without your awareness. Shower them all with gratitude and relax even deeper as you do so. Now, feel your body starting to dissolve. It's dissolving into beautiful white light. Just relax into it. Let it happen. You are returning to the formless consciousness that you truly are, beyond the human vehicle, becoming light again. No weight, no shape, just pure beingness, aware, conscious, perfect, and completely free. Now, let this consciousness that you are expand. Don't will it or force it to do so. Just fall into the expansion. What is enveloping you is love itself, an ocean of pure love. Let it hold you. Melt into it. Feel the joy of being infinitely and unconditionally loved. Relax. There is nothing to achieve or attain. Nothing to figure out. No problem to solve. You are loved completely, regardless, exactly as you are now. Feel the joy bubbling up in your being. It's coming from the deepest part of you. And it's always there. Let it fuel you. It's an endless supply, a fountain of joy that can't be depleted. Experience the bliss of it. And it's all for you. All of it created just for you. Feel your heart center opening. Opening to taking even more love, more joy, more bliss. Opening to return home to its true nature and unite with its infinite self. Let it happen. Merge with it. Be one with it. This is who you truly are behind the mask of the human character you play. And you can choose to stay in this feeling for hours, days, weeks, and years on an end. All right. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers and start coming back to your body. When you are ready, open your eyes and take this experience with you to the rest of your day and night. And it's always available to you. Yeah, take a deep breath and open your eyes and come back and welcome back. This is how we transform the world, by the way. By each and every one of us experience this, we transform the world. The fastest way, the most effective way.
Amazing.
So,
thank you for that.
You're welcome. Awesome. Awesome. Ah, awesome, huh? Isn't that amazing? Ready to take on the day? And then Peter, you're going to the afternoon and evening soon, so enjoy.
Yeah, that's sort of part 2
Thank
for me
you.
at work, so that's good. Nice boost.
Yeah, amazing. So now you know who you truly are, okay? So this is your true self, and everything comes from here. You know, it really depends on how relaxed you are. You're welcome, Salma. Thank you so much, everyone. So we complete for our call today. Really, truly acknowledge each and every one of you, okay, for being here and for being in the space and for being who we are. Because you see, this cannot be without each and every one of you, your contribution and being who you are. So I really, truly love you and appreciate you. Have a great day. Thank you, Luigi. Awesome. Have a great day. See
Bye,
ya.
everybody. It's
Bye
good to
bye.
meet
See you
you
next
all.
week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Looking forward to see you next week, Peter.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.